pursue a music career. In this video, I'm going to talk about all the different options you have as a music career. So some of the common ones, some of the uncommon ones. I'm also going to talk about the different paths to get to there. I'm going to talk about a traditional path, a DIY path, and an alternative if traditional or DIY don't really work for you. And lastly, I'm going to talk about the three most important, the most vital things to help you on your journey in pursuing a career in music. Hey everyone, welcome to Sid's Music. I'm Sid. I've been in the music career world for about a year right now, and I'm super excited to share with you everything that I've learned and help you start your music career. So let's get started. So what are some music careers? Let's start with the common ones. The biggest one that I tend to see is performers. Whether that be lyrical performance like Taylor Swift, Harry Styles, like that kind of vibe, or maybe you want to do more instrumental performances. So for instrumental, you're going to be playing more orchestras, symphonies, that kind of thing. And then for lyrical, obviously you're going to be singing songs with lyrics. The next one that I see a lot is teachers. Now there are a couple different options you can go with teachers. You can go elementary, so going to be teaching mainly rhythms, maybe a few notes. You know those like boom whackers? Remember those? If those are your vibe, elementary music is your jam. And then there's high school. I know we kind of skip middle school and high school are kind of the same thing. So there's high school, which is going to be your marching band, handing kids like physical instruments like trumpets and stuff like that, teaching them songs, playing in contests, all that kind of different stuff. And then there's college, which is you're probably going to be teaching some sort of music theory, music history, or maybe you are conducting a band. And then you also will probably be teaching like one-on-one lessons with the student. The next one I think of is sound engineers. So they work on those giant soundboards. They are running, reproducing, mixing, recreating different sounds, and those people usually work for companies, or maybe they work for musical production, tech people in the back for all the music stuff. Really cool, kind of like behind the scenes music job, because you get to do a lot of cool things and work with a giant tech board with all like the buttons, you know what I'm talking about. Another popular one is a producer. So if you choose this career, you're going to probably own your own studio of some sort. Maybe you own your own record label, and your job is to help musicians get their music out. So another kind of behind the scenes, you get to see kind of a different side of the music industry. That's really cool, and really get to help out some people chase their dreams of maybe being performers. The last kind of common one is gonna be composing. Whether you're composing music for the lyrical performers or you're composing music for the instrumentalist performers. So for the songwriting ones, you're going to write obviously songs, rhyming, verse, chorus, that kind of thing, versus the instrumentalist, where you're going to be writing more longer pieces, possibly with, obviously you have to write for every different part. You have to, maybe you get to write for a film, maybe you get to write, what's it called? Commissioned. Maybe you can get commissioned by a school or a college. In my college, we actually just played a song commissioned by one of our OC alum, and it turned out to be really fun. Now we're moving on to some of the uncommon ones. So the first one that comes to my mind is music therapy. I actually didn't even know this was a thing until I was in high school, and one of the graduating seniors was going to get her degree in music therapy. So your job as a musical therapist is to play your instrument to help people. So for example, if I was a music therapist, I played the piano. Something that I could do is go to a hospital and play for sick patients. It's a really cool job because you get to not only play your favorite instrument, but you also get to connect with people and help them through whatever they're going through. Another uncommon one is going to be composing, but specifically for video games. Have you ever heard of this or recognized this? Right, it's from Mario Kart. Composing doesn't always have to be these big films, these big symphonies. You can write a little 3-section that just plays over and over again while people race around the track in Mario Kart. It's really cool. So now I kind of covered the common and uncommon. I want to throw in a side note. If you don't want to go into a full-blown music career, there are still some really cool options where you can make a little bit of extra income on top of whatever job you're doing. One of them is joining a live band. So for example, you can play for weddings, you can play for restaurants, you can play at maybe special events. It's a really, really cool job. One of my friends is actually a part of a live band and he plays at weddings and makes a good chunk of change. But his regular job has nothing to do with that. So it's a little fun thing for him to kind of step out of one job and get to do what he loves. Another side job is you can do private lessons. Now these make so much money. I am in private lessons right now. I'm a music major. I have to be. And it is putting me into more and more college debt every month. But they're making great money. So if you have an instrument that you can play really well, do private lessons. You can do them maybe like 2 to 3 hours a day, have 5 students, and have a huge extra chunk of change at the end of every month. It's really, really cool. Now that we've talked about a bunch of different options and a bunch of different jobs, the next question is, how do I get there? There are a lot of different paths you can take, and I'm going to cover the main 3 and also at the end tell you which path I took to get where I am today. So the first one is traditional, which is going to be school, so either college or studying at a conservatory. So this is going to be a little bit more of a structured education, so you're taking music theory, ear training, music history, maybe even composition, and then probably some sort of private lesson. Really just focusing on your skills and also learning how to understand music on a deeper level. The other thing that is cool about the traditional path is the music department is there to give you every opportunity that they can. It's just up to you what you're going to do with it. So they have a little bit of networking that's a little bit easier access because there's a music department, they've been there for a while, they probably know a lot of people. Our next one is DIY. You might not have the opportunity to go to a music school and study music, but if you have passion and determination, you can 100% still get a career in music. There are so many resources out there to learn and to grow your music career. For example, YouTube. You can watch so many videos on how, maybe what your specific music career entails, what you have to know, what you need, what are the steps to get into that position. There's also books and, again, people. Just ask people. It's important if you're DIYing to just use whatever resource that you can and learn from it. The last one we're going to talk about is alternative. So you can start from the lowest and work your way up, or you can use social media. So for example, we all know Sia, right? She was actually a background singer and songwriter for a really, really long time. It wasn't until she started getting recognition and collabing with some different people that she was able to create her own solo career. So that's a good way that you can do that is, again, start background singer, background dancer, or start, maybe you work in the sound tech booth and you are just the person that tapes the chords down. Whatever you use, start there and just keep working your way to the top. Now the other way with alternative is social media. Social media is a great way to start a music career. Especially if you want to perform or sing or write songs. So Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat, TikTok, all the things. You can post videos of yourself singing, of your music, maybe you want to do some music comedy stuff, and get the people to follow you, start liking it, get those fans, and you can start building this community where you now have a solo career. So my path was actually a mix of all 3 of these. So traditionally, I actually am in music college. I'm getting my bachelor's degree in music. I'm in music theory. I'm in all these things. I'm learning music kind of on that deeper level, understanding it. But I want to be a content creator. That's my musical career choice. Most of my professors don't understand social media, and also we never talk about how to really put yourself out there. We focus on the music theory, the music history, getting better as a musician. So then I started to kind of DIY and start looking at YouTube, looking at other musical creators, learning how to start all these social medias. And then that's where the alternative comes in, is I started my music on social media. I've been able to share funny music content, talk to people, even put my song out there. You should go check it out. Link in this video, hopefully somewhere. If not, it'll be in the description. And really be able to show my love for music and share it with other people. I started with about 150 followers on Instagram and maybe 5 on YouTube subscribers. And 6 months later, doing research, being traditionally in school, and just learning, I am now up to 2,000 subscribers on YouTube and almost 9,000 followers on Instagram. It's been crazy. You don't have to do just one of these paths. You can be like me and mix and match. But whatever you do, figure out what path you're going to take and then work really, really hard at it. Which leads me to my next point of 3 vital things on your journey to pursuing a musical career. Now, for what you've all been waiting for, the 3 final things. Number 1 is practicing. You have to practice. Whether that's practicing your skill, practicing your instrument, or practicing whatever you're going to need in your future career, you have to get better and keep practicing. I practice for at least an hour a day. Number 2, persistence. Now, you're not going to want to hear this, but not everyone's going to like your music or see your vision. My peers, my family, my professors were all super skeptical when I started pursuing my musical career. But that's okay. Challenges and failures are gonna come, but you have to stay persistent. Keep pushing through. You're gonna make it. Number 3 is continually learning. My rule of thumb is 1% better every day. Whether that's learning from watching a YouTube video and maybe learning a new skill, maybe that's learning from reflection, so look at what you did good, look at what you did bad, compare the two, see what's working good and continue doing that, see what didn't work out so well, and figure out why. Maybe there's something you could change, maybe there's a little something different you could do. You can learn by looking at other people who are in your field. Look at someone who is exactly where you want to be, see how they are being successful and how they got to be successful. There's a lot you can learn from them. I believe that if you practice, you're persistent, and you are continually learning, nothing can stop you. Getting into the music industry takes time, but with hard work and determination, you can do it. Pick something you're passionate about, whether that's common, something uncommon, or something completely brand new. Then find what path is gonna work best for you. Finally, make sure you practice, make sure you're persistent, and make sure you're always continuously learning. I hope this video was super helpful. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below, and we'll see you guys next time.